Hi guys, welcome back to another Deep Shot video. Today I'm going to be talking about the NBA Conference Finals. They already started as Celtics are up 2-0 and so are the Mavericks. I'm going to be talking about what I've noticed in these games and just my NBA Finals predictions and my Conference Finals predictions. So I'm going to start off in the Eastern Conference with the Pacers and the Celtics. Game 1 of the Pacers-Celtics was an extremely close game as it went to overtime, and I think the Pacers actually should have won that game if they were more experienced, as in the final 30 seconds of that game they had 2 or 3 turnovers, which really cost them a lot, as Tyrese Halliburton turned over the ball, like 2 dumb turnovers really, where he just lost the ball while handling it. I think the Pacers are obviously an inexperienced team compared to the Celtics, so that could always, they're also like significantly younger as a team, and that could always, experience always plays a part in these types of games. So really, in game 1, I think the reason why the Pacers lost was because of their inexperience with playing in high pressure situations. Game 2 was a lot more of a, Boston kind of dominated. They won by 16, 126 to 110. I think the main reason was Tyrese Halliburton did not really play well that game, as with Aaron Nesmith and Miles Turner. Siakam played pretty good with a 5-2-28 stat line, but still, I think the Pacers really didn't have a great game that day, with their best players not really scoring. And also for the Celtics, Jaylen Brown had 40 points, so that's another reason why the Celtics won. I think overall, I think the Celtics are going to win this game in 6. I think the Pacers are going to win one of their home games, and the Celtics are going to win one road game, and then the Pacers are going to win game 5, and Celtics will clean it up in 6. But yeah, I think the Celtics will make the final, as I think most people predicted. So I think I'm just going to stick with that. Next, we got the Mavericks Timberwolves series, and the thing, both these games have been extremely close, being 1 point or 3 point differences, and the Timberwolves have lost at home both the games. So many people will look at this and say, "Oh, the Mavericks are winning." As if we take a look at these games, you can see that Luka is really going insane. He had a triple double in the last game with 10, 13, 32. But also, Anthony Edwards hasn't been playing as well as he was in that Nuggets series, and same goes for Jaden McDaniels, who only had 2 points in the previous Mavericks game, but although he did have 24 in the other games. I think if the Timberwolves can get back on track with their high score players like Edwards, Cat, McDaniels, and Gobert, if they can all produce over 20 points per game, while Mike Conley and Naz Reid also produced, they could, I think, win the series. I think this is going to go to Game 7. I think, like in the Nuggets series, I think the T-Wolves are going to win the next 2, and the next 3 games, and then the Mavericks will win Game 6, and I think the Timberwolves will clean it up in 7. Although they're down 2-0, I think that Timberwolves are still the better team in this scenario, and they will pull it off and win in 7 games. So our finals matchup, I think, in my opinion, will be the Celtics Timberwolves. I think the Timberwolves will win the series. I know the Celtics are the clear favorites here, being one of the best regular season teams of all time, but I still don't really trust the Celtics as a team, like in a whole. They're kind of like a team which is a bit flaky at times. They've had like many ups and downs, and they lost the Heat. They lost a hobbled Cavs team. They've lost like bad games every series, and they really haven't played any amazing teams, obviously. So I believe that the Celtics will lose, but I think it will be a good 6-game series. So overall, those are my conference finals predictions. But I think that's really all I can really say for now. But on to the next topic of my video, I'm going to be looking at the teams that lost in the second round and kind of explaining what they need, kind of like the last video I did, which kind of had the same premise, but with the first round teams that lost. So the first one I'm going to talk about is the Nuggets. The Nuggets were the clear favorites really for this NBA Finals, and win the championship. But obviously, as we all know, they lost 7 to the Timberwolves. I think the Nuggets, what they really lacked was another scorer behind Jamal Murray and Nikola Jokic. Last year they had Bruce Brown, who could give them that 20-point per game little bonus whenever, at random times, just what they really needed. But now they gave Michael Porter Jr. a max contract, and that really hindered them as they didn't have enough money to give around, and also Michael Porter Jr. didn't really play that good, other than game, I believe 3 and 4. He played pretty good, but yeah, I think the Nuggets really just need another scorer, as most teams do, really. But I think their lack of bench scoring and bench depth really showed in this series. Next, we got the Cavs. The Cavs are in a bit of a predicament where Donovan Mitchell is most likely going to leave this offseason. As he stated many times, he wants to win right now. And if the Cavs aren't going to put him in a position to win right now, he is most likely going to move. Possible destinations are like the Hawks, Celtics, maybe, it's not Celtics, sorry, Lakers, obviously. Every big star wants to go to LA. And some bunch of other, basically anything that offer him a way to win a championship. I think Mitchell will, I guess try to look at it, objectively, obviously. So yeah, the Cavs, they're in a bit of a weird situation where I don't know if Jared Allen and Evan Mobley can also work together. That's hasn't really been decided yet. So we'll just have to wait to see what the Cavs decide to do by either trading assets or getting people to help, I guess, use Donovan Mitchell's prime. So the other two teams that lost are the Thunder and the Knicks. The Knicks obviously lost in a way where Jalen Brunson got injured and they got destroyed by the Pacers. And for any Knicks fan, I don't think the Knicks really were expected to win that series or even take it to a Game 7. So if you're a Knicks fan, you should be happy. They had 7 injuries or something like that. Josh obviously broke his hand, as we all know. Jalen Brunson. I just said he broke his hand. And overall, the Knicks had a ton of injuries that series, and I don't think any Knicks fan really expected them to win. So that's my opinion on that series. And then finally, we have the Thunder. The Thunder lost to the Mavericks, and they should have won Game 6. To be completely honest, they were up by 15 or something or so, and kind of choked at the end. This also, I think, probably has to go with their age. They're one of the youngest teams in the NBA, and they have such good talent looking forward that they have a really bright future ahead of them. So if you're a Thunder fan, you shouldn't be worried about your future. You have Shea, who's getting into his prime right now. He'll be an MVP candidate for 4 or 5 years. Chet's starting to pick up. The one thing they did lack in that series was a good big four, other than Jalen Williams, which I already said in the previous video. But that is something that they were exposed of and lacked, so that is something they will need in the future. So yeah, that is all of my takes on the NBA conference finals and my finals predictions, and then also going off of the last video, looking at every NBA team which lost in the second round and looking at what they needed for the future, I guess. So thanks for watching my video. I hope you enjoyed it, and please subscribe to the channel and really help me out. I'd appreciate it too. And that's all for now. Peace. And the new video will come out next Saturday for those who are listening. And you just have to wait and see what it is. Peace.